Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the IDH number 21262I in a 10B finish. This is a dual lever rectangular escutcheon storm door latch in an oil rubbed bronze finish. I have one removed here from the packaging, and let's go over it now. First of all, you're going to have your exterior and your interior escutcheons. Obviously only different by the fact that the interior is will restrict the rotation of the latch. That's in the unlocked position. The spindle will be able to rotate freely. That's in the locked position. Okay. Give you an idea of the dimensional properties of this item. The width of the plate, 1.5 inches. Overall height of the plate, about 4.5 inches. You can kind of gauge the projection of the plate on the camera. The plate itself is probably about 3/16. Get out to that privacy knob and you're about 9/16 of an inch. Center to center on those screw holes, let's get an idea of what those are. You might be matching something existing and you want to be sure, or you at least want to know where the holes are going to fall. Looks like you're about 7/16 from the top of the plate to the first hole, and then down to about 4 1/16 down to the next hole there. Okay. Got our two plates. Now the levers, very nice quality fit and finish on the levers. Here is your, well, it really doesn't matter, your interior or your exterior. That's the spindle. I saw no need to remove that. There's a set screw that holds that in, and of course on the other stem there, give you an idea of what the lever measures. And overall, it's about 2 9/16. Projection of that from the face of the trim. It's going to be overall about 1 5/8 inches. Okay, after that you're going to have your latch bolt. It's going to look like this. It's spring loaded and it's meant to be loose like that. It can come apart. The installation will require that you push it in and you'll be able to force that odd shaped spindle down through that. We're going to go over that in a moment. And then finally your strike plate, tiny little T-strike that's here. The overall height, about 1.13/16. Overall width of the strike, about 1.5/16. Center of the screw holes to the edge of the lip, looks like it's about 15/16 or so. Now this dual lever escutcheon style storm door hardware is available in multiple finishes, and I'm going to go over that now. You're going to have 003 for polished brass, 005 for antique brass, 014 for polished nickel, 015 for satin nickel, 019 for matte black, 026 for polished chrome, 10B for oil rubbed bronze, which is what this is. You're going to have a 15A for an antique nickel. You'll have 26D for a satin chrome, and then a 3NL, which is a polished brass without the lacquer. NL for no lacquer. Some people want that because they simply want the brass to fatigue. And the way to do that is to order it without the lacquer applied. Now your installation is very simple and straightforward. The link to the installation instructions are below this video in the website. This will work from a thickness of doors with between the range of 7/8 to 1 5/8. Drill a 5/8 diameter spindle hole through the face of the door. Ensure that the hole center is 1 3/4 from the edge of the door. So what they're saying is you need a 5/8 of an inch drill bit. You can use a fly bit. That would work fine. Not my choice, but it would work. 1 3/4 back set. So let's back up. What is my choice for drilling a hole like that? Well, a hole saw generally I might use. I would probably drill with a hole saw because it will, because of the nature of the wood going into the hole saw as it turns and cuts, helps keep your hole a little bit straighter. I'd get to the point where I breached through the door with the arbor bit or the pilot bit on a hole saw. I would stop, I'd back out, I'd pull the core out of the hole saw of what's left over. I'd go to the other side of the door and then finish the hole. That's what I would do. 1 3/4 back set. That means this. From the edge of the door, which is going to be here, to the center of this hole has to be 1 3/4. That is crucial because now obviously the length of this is dependent on that. Okay. Drill a 5/8 diameter latch hole in the edge of the door. Ensure this hole is in the center of the door edge, aligned with the spindle hole. So you've got a cross bore through the door at 5/8. You've got another hole coming through from the edge of the door in the center of it, right through it. Okay, and that's going to be this hole. Insert the latch assembly. That means you're going to insert this into the door. You're going to take this, get it put in. You can pull that out if you want. There's just a spring that's down there, so nothing to worry about. Get that inserted in. This needs to be, flush around the hole. And you're going to insert this. It needs to go in either this way or this way, depending on the hand of the door. You're just going to take it, turn it over 180 degrees, whatever the case is. At that point, what you will want to do is, what I like to do is get the trim onto the door just loosely, because what I will then do is take this assembly and I'm going to do a reality check. I want to make sure that it's going to work properly for what I'm doing. Okay. So this will go through the hole here. So that you're going to look like that. And it's all said and done there. Okay. Then this assembly I would take and I would insert by pushing the latch bolt in. I would kind of just get that started in there. Naturally, it's tough to do when you're holding all of the pieces. So that you're going to basically make it look okay. Got our lever at an odd position here naturally. Oh, 180 degrees the opposite way from where it needs to be. Pull that out, turn it over. There we go. Now what you're seeing here is the spindle that's through a handle. I can rotate that, and it's going to simply make that, it's going to draw the latch back, as you can see. That's exactly how that works. Then, once you know that this is all arranged properly, and obviously I have the orientation of the handle pointed towards the wrong end of the door, it's simply because I didn't loosen that set screw, rotate the lever 90 degrees and tighten it back up. Meaning it will, when properly installed, obviously look like that. So once you have the spindle coming through, you'll bring your exterior escutcheon, or the opposite side, bring that through there. Okay? And you're going to, like I just did, rotate that, thread it onto the threaded spindle. Be careful, don't cross-thread it. Turn that till it gets to where it has to be. Tighten up that set screw down in the base. That's here. And you're in good shape. That's your installation. It's important to drill the holes straight. It's because the smoothness of the operation of the unit will be definitely compromised by if the holes aren't straight. If they're not exactly correct, you'll find that the unit doesn't work properly. This strike plate preparation, install the strike, drill a 3/4 inch diameter hole, 1/2 inch deep in the door jamb opposite the center of the door latch, and then mortise a 1/16 of an inch for that. You're going to eyeball that sort of installation. Mark where the latch bolt falls onto the jamb, and then mark your holes and mortise and drill. That's the installation. Now what you need to be sure of is when you're installing the escutcheon hardware, of course screws are included, pre-drill those holes. I'm going to tighten that down nicely and carefully. And that's your complete installation. These are really easy to install, and they're really nice too because they are a different look rather than the regular old common storm door hardware. This is an escutcheon set. What you're going to want to be sure is, though, before you're drilling those holes, is this. Be sure that when the main door closes, you have room to account for this lever. You don't want to have any conflict with either the door itself or the actual lock from the interior, from the main entry door. So be sure of that. You're going to want to make sure that you're drilling the height of your 2 5/8 holes at the proper height so that it's, commensurate with existing installations, compatibility, and eliminating the possible conflict of other hardware. There is a link below this video to a document called Product Page, along with the link mentioned earlier about the installation instructions. The product brochure is handy because it shows the 21262 double lever rectangular escutcheon trim set, along with IDH's sister products as it pertains to that. And in particular, you're going to see some hinges that you might use on a storm door like this, or a wooden storm door, and then the traditional 21250 storm door screen door latch that features round rosettes, a knob by a lever. That's the real common one. And I like it when people, basically go with something a bit less common than this. Other items on there that you might find interesting as well, like mechanical doorbells, are also there. Not very common. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up the full line IDH catalog. That's number one. Number two, all the IDH products that we sell, you can filter through those pages. And then finally, a link to their website. If you have any questions on the IDH 21262 in an oil rub bronze finish, rectangular escutcheon storm door, double lever latch, or any other IDH product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.